Have you had a chance to take a look at the Easter eggs that we posted yesterday? Or have you had a chance to take a look at Popcorn Theory's pilot episode? What does the two of them have to do with each other? Well, we're going to talk about a new Easter egg we discovered after my dumbass posted the final video yesterday, and it ties right to our theory. Welcome to another episode of the Popcorn Confessional, and this is Dave from Nerdbox, and I'm accompanied by my wife Jenn, also from Nerdbox. And on this episode, we are talking about the Easter egg that reveals Stu's fate. So fire up that Jiffy Pop and meet us in the booth. Alright, as we mentioned, this week there is no new movies for us to review, so we're bored. And we're going to talk about this new Easter egg and how I missed it. When I was doing the editing, a little part of the app covered the portion of this image. So we talked about the YouTube video that Richie was watching, and on the right-hand side of it, it says, interview with Woodsboro killer survivor Kirby Reed.
So that confirmed what we knew all along, that Kirby did not die and she's still alive.
4 thumbnails below that is a true crime story on if Stu Macher is still alive.
Knew it.
That is huge news, I think, for that to be teased in there and this Easter egg, because that possibly reveals where we're going with the next film. And
especially with the reveal of Billy Loomis's illegitimate love child.
Yes, we're going to get into that later this week when we talk about the theory on where the series is going, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting if we're right on that. And this ties right into that, and it also ties into the Popcorn Theory episode that we filmed. So you're going to want to stop over there, watch it, see how Stu surviving is all possible. What's your thoughts on this?
I knew it. I have said from the very first time that I saw Scream, when it originally came out in 1996, because I'm old, that Stu didn't die. I just knew it in my gut. I knew it. I knew he wasn't dead. And not just because he was my favorite. I know, I'm sorry, he's a serial killer, but I totally loved him and he was my favorite, and I have no shame for that. But I just knew it. I knew he was alive, and I've maintained that since 1996.
Wait a minute, did you know it?
I did.
Yeah, so this is some exciting news, which really makes it set up where we're going with our next theory, 1.1, 1.2, I don't know. It won't be in the Popcorn Theory set. We'll be in front of the lights here because it's not going to be a deep dive breakdown. It is just a fan theory, and I think we're on track for this one to be 100% correct. So, a couple things. Check out the review on Scream. There'll be a link or a thumbnail somewhere for that. Check out the Popcorn Theories. There's 3 of them. I think 2 of them still hold up. 3 and 1. I think 1 definitely holds up. There was a lot of things that suggested in that film that number 1 is still on target. And take a look at the 68 Easter egg video that dropped yesterday. And I'm just saying it's 68 because I combined some of them because there's a lot in there. So it's like 75, maybe 80 Easter eggs in there.
I think the ones you combined rightfully should be combined because they kind of played into each other, so it makes sense to combine.
Yeah. I'll say this before we go. Easter eggs. What was the most interesting one, or top 2 or top 3 Easter eggs that you read and seen?
I did like what they did with, as far as like playing back into the legacy characters, but I liked where Charlie calls in the beginning. So I thought that was kind of cool. And he mentioned a group. So I feel like, film group, because the only thing he really discussed on the phone with Tara was how, at group they talk about movies, particularly scary movies. So I felt like that was totally a throwback to Charlie. From Scream 4. And I like how the lesser known character there was 2 lesser known characters. There was Liv, who just is related to the Mackenzies, which is the house that Casey Becker's mom was supposed to go to. And how in the beginning, you know, they killed a not a real important character, but turns out he's the nephew of Stu Macher.
Mm-hmm. My top 2 Easter eggs. 1, Clue, the board game. And number 2, Aliens with the tracker. Those are my 2 favorite.
And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and share.
Yes. And what's your theory on Stu coming back? Is that a red herring or is it the real deal? Until the next, see ya.